And I'm Maria.
And this is
Mornings with Riddle.
We are so excited today because we're doing a little bit of a different format. We wanted to focus on what our new residents can expect, particularly the first couple weeks that they're here at Riddle Village. And two people that are very important factor of those 2 weeks is Brooke, who's our community relations coordinator, and Maria, who's our move coordinator. So we're going to take some time. I'm going to interview them and get some information about what our new residents can expect. So I'm just going to start with that very basic question. Brooke, what can our new residents expect the first 2 weeks they move in?
Well, with any big move, there's a lot to learn in the beginning. So we try to break that down and make it as easy as possible. So there's a few things we do. We can do a refresher tour, which might include taking someone from their apartment to maybe showing them around the commons area, the best elevator to use, things like that. Something we do is set up a dinner. If someone's interested in meeting new residents, we can kind of find out their interests, residents from that same building, and help them meet their neighbors. And then something that Maria and I do together is we do a little mini orientation where we cover a lot of topics that we go over throughout the process of someone looking to move in here, but it's nice to just hear it again and have it broken down in a group setting with other residents who are learning at the same time.
So let's talk a little bit about that orientation because although it's optional, we do have a lot of residents that enjoy doing it. And I think it's really beneficial because you both cover a lot of different things that, like you said, we may have talked about when someone had first looked at Riddle Village, but the process is so overwhelming at times that now they're at a point where they're in the community, they're ready to focus on things like the meal plan, how billing works. So, Maria, what kind of topics, what are some of the topics that our new residents can expect if they go to the orientation?
We talk a little bit about the concierge desk, and the concierge desk plays a key role with the residents after they move in. I said with the mail coming in, the packages, medication at times. Also, if they're going away or out of town, they would have to fill forms out too.
Okay.
We also talk about the flex plan for dining. We also talk about residents council and their floor captains, and then we even touch base about the activities that are involved.
We cover a lot.
Yeah, and I think all those things are so important because those are things that people essentially want to know from the beginning. There's also a lot of details that people look at that I believe you guys cover, like the dining plan. What can you tell us about when you go over those things, the dining plan? What other things can you think of that you go over?
We kind of help, like, some people might understand the dining program, but things like you can check your balance at the cash register. You can, different ways to use your spending dollars, like maybe buying a bottle of wine at the end of the month and how guests dine under your plan. So even though you might understand the dining plan, like, as a whole, we kind of get down to, like, the nitty gritty of it.
Right.
And it kind of helps, especially like being in a group setting, if another resident has a question that, like, it's kind of like an open conversation. So you might not think of a question and then someone else has it, and it's just like a good way to learn things that you wouldn't even think to ask.
Now, can you two, off the top of your heads, think about, like, you know, what's some of the most common questions you guys do get when you're in orientation? What do our new residents really want to know when they first move in?
Work orders are
I
a
was
big
gonna say
thing.
work orders.
Yeah, we go over the process for who to call. Ann Barnshaw, we always say you're going to get to know her very well.
Yeah.
And it's important because Ann covers housekeeping and maintenance. So we kind of go over that no matter what the issue is in the apartment, if you need help with something, you don't have to just figure out who to call. It always goes to Ann, and then she distributes it. Would you agree with that?
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, you know, I think something that we're very proud of as the marketing department is when someone moves in, it doesn't mean that from that date that you get rid of us. We're still here. We could still be that
Every
go-to.
step of the way.
Every step
Still
of the way.
key
We
factor.
can still be that go-to. So if there is a question that pops up, even 6 months, a year down the line, because it happens, you know, people can reach out to us, and we can at least guide them to the appropriate people to help them with whatever
Absolutely.
they're looking for. I really appreciate you both spending the time with me. It's kind of fun doing it this way.
I know. I had fun being the interviewee.
And if anybody has any more detailed questions they want to know about what they could expect when they first come here at Riddle Village, please feel free to call our marketing department, and we'd be happy to go over that.
Absolutely.
So for myself, Brooke, and Maria, thanks so much, everybody. We look forward to seeing you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.